Yo, what's going on? It's Thursday, so you rocking with your man Sean, better known as Beast on T. This week we talking about binding and different tips for how you can bind safely and on a budget. For me personally, I really don't have and didn't have any other choice besides just getting a binder. In all honesty, it's like when you got a larger upper anatomy, you don't have a lot of the options that a lot of these other guys got. That's just the reality. You know, KT tape ain't gonna work. Or K tape, I forget what it's called. I think it's KT tape. Not gonna work. Tried it. You can forget it. Way too heavy. You know what I'm saying? Ace bandages is just that is a big no-no. Whether you have a small chest or a large chest, because ace bandages aren't designed to move with you. They're designed to hold things in place as a lighter alternative for a cast. You know what I'm saying? So a cast, completely immobile. It's hard, holds the bone in place. Ace bandage just holds everything together. It's not as sturdy as a cast, but the whole idea of it is to hold shit in place, so it's not as mobile. You know what I mean? So the last thing you want to do is put on an ace bandage. That's just going to constrict everything, and it's not going to move with you, and that could turn into a whole situation. I think that's the number one no-no when it comes to binding, is depending and relying on an ace bandage. Sports bras never work for me. You could forget it. Wearing bigger clothes doesn't work for me either. You can forget it. Sometimes you figure a sports bra and a binder, as the binder gets older and looser, it won't do exactly what it did in the beginning. Although, eventually it gets to a point where you start to realize when you do got a larger upper anatomy, the binder doesn't really do the job either. But it makes it tolerable, I guess, for you to be able to go out day to day until you can become post-op. For real, the biggest piece of advice that I can give you is invest in Underworks. That is the one that I've tried. That's the one that I've went with. That's the one that I continue to go with. I haven't really tried the other options out there as far as like binders go, because this works for me, and I have a large upper anatomy and it's heavy. We ain't gonna go into specifics with sizes and all of that. If you want to know, hit me up at Beats1T on IG with any questions and I'll answer them. I'm more than happy to answer them. I don't want to go into all the specifics, in the video. But the 997 Underworks is what I use. I can send you the exact link if you want it. I recommend you just putting up money every time you get paid. If it's $5, $10, $2, whatever you can, and build up to that. What you're gonna need, you're gonna need about, like, you figure with shipping and everything, maybe like 40-45 bucks, depending on how quickly you're trying to get it. It could be a little bit cheaper than that, but the binder itself, just for one, is gonna be around 30-ish. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that pretty much does the job for me. If you have a smaller chest and you have other options out there, KT tape, then they got the half binders that you can get. You know what I mean? There's a lot more options for you. Which I'm not too familiar with, so I apologize for that, because I don't have the luxury of being able to utilize all of these other options. The one thing I do know, and I cannot stress enough, do not rely on ace bandages. You know what I mean? The other thing y'all want to remember is whether you are doing, well, the KT tape is really a whole nother story. I guess that would depend on how your skin reacts to an adhesive, because the KT tape is pretty much for people to get like sprains, sore muscles, things like that, or recovering from sports injuries. They will set the tape up when their body's certain ways to hold muscles like in place, and they'll use it while they're working out, or just for relief, you know, and things like that. But that can be used to kind of like separate, take back, and all of that if you have a smaller chest. Um, so if that adhesive messes with your skin, then that could be an issue. But I've never really heard of any time frame for how long you should keep that on before taking it off, or how long you can keep that on before taking it off. I do know binding anyway with any binder or whatever you're using, you don't want to do that. Try to keep it to like a maximum of 8 hours. But if you have to exceed that, do not go beyond 12 hours. You know what I'm saying? Um, Lately I've been working all 12-hour shifts, you know, so I do bind 12 plus hours, you know what I'm saying? So I do have more than one binder right now. I have my tighter fitting one that I wear when I'm going certain places, and it's like, nah, I need shit to be A1. And then I got my other one that's more loose for when I'm working the 12-hour shifts. Now it's not loose because I bought it like that. It's loose because I've had that one for a lot longer of a time. You know, one of my previous videos, I did mention to y'all that y'all should keep at least two. You know, one that's new and still has that brand new elasticity to it. You know what I'm saying? And then have the one that you just rocking every day. You know, that way you can get that brand new flatness when you want it the most. You know what I'm saying? Um, I mean, shit. Other than that, yo, that's one of them things you just gotta trial and error. And unfortunately, it can go from being a solid, easy $20-$30 fix to, you know, that cost getting up there $100-$200 when you're buying so many different products, and it's like you don't know what's gonna work for you, or this doesn't work for you, this doesn't get you flat enough. But you gotta also remember, realistically, my brothers, if you still dealing with that and you have a large upper anatomy like myself, bro, just accept and understand that you are never going to get as flat as you want to be, but you need to become okay with that and understand that you can get to a point where it's tolerable, but you ain't gonna never get what you want until you get what you want, and that's to get that surgery, you know? So, you know, continue to love yourself, continue to reach out when you need support. You know, that's what I'm here for. You know, that's what other brothers in the community is here for. You know, and please make sure you're doing your research for your size. You know, and what options you have out there. But again, you know, if you talking like in the D range or the double D range, triple D, and so on and so forth, and you know what I mean, holla at me. You know what I'm saying? Because that is what I have experience with, and the only option we do have to really get the job done safely without putting ourselves, you know, in jeopardy, you know, is just biting the bullet and going after, you know, the binder. And unfortunately, we ain't really got many more options, you know. So the Underworks, you know, the 997 model is what I recommend all day, every day. You know what I mean? So, I mean, if you need any more information about it, let me know. Maybe I'll do a review on a free topic of that, John. I can give you some before and after shots. You know, or matter of fact, maybe I'll put them in this video. What the hell? You know what I'm saying? But I mean, shit. Y'all make sure, please stay safe out there. I know dysphoria is a motherfucker, but please don't allow it to get you to a point where you're putting yourself and your health at risk. You know what I mean? You've been watching Brotherhood, you know what I'm saying? It's Sean, better known as Beast on T. Subscribe to the channel. Follow your boy on IG. Stay tuned. You know what I'm saying? I am going to start releasing music periodically. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. So y'all be on the look. But you gotta follow the IG to get it. You know what I mean? Peace.